So, king of the table 10, all matches recap. The first match was between Coach Ray and Robbie Karstendaek. The first round, a slip. Coach Ray went over the top of the hand, but the restart in the straps, Robbie put Coach Ray inside a hook, and it was almost a flash pin, a dominant win. But after that, Coach Ray adjusted. He went for the top roll and he gassed Robbie Karstendaek out immediately. And after that, it was easy wins from Coach Ray. He top rolled him, he hooked him, he did multiple surges, and there wasn't much to be seen in that match afterwards. Robbie got gassed out pretty quickly. Coach Ray showed his experience. Davit Arabuli versus Lahlan Adair. Lahlan Adair has always been so close to showing that he can beat these elite level European guys. This time, he showed dominance. You kind of get confused after watching this match if it was a close match or a one-sided domination. Davit Arabuli did put the brakes on near the pin pad, but Lahlan was never in any kind of trouble. In the end, I'll say it was a dominant performance from Lahlan Adair. Davit Arabuli, in my mind, made one mistake. He always went for that extreme side pressure hook hit to get the pin with just a single surge, and that was getting stopped by Lahlan. By the time Davit recovered from this position, Lahlan was already in an advantageous position. He won 4-0. Tobias Sporrong versus Wagner jacked Jesus Bortolato. As expected, as anticipated by many people, this turned out to be a complete mismatch. I think the organizers should have taken into account the fact that if Hermes Gasparini was able to top roll Wagner, Tobias Sporrong is probably going to do the same as well, because Tobias, I think, has a stronger, faster and harder top roll than Hermes Gasparini. Wagner Bortolato couldn't do anything towards the third round. It looked like he got injured in the elbow once again. He tried to go for the press, hook, couldn't do anything, literally couldn't do anything. I was expecting Tobias to maybe help him a little bit, maybe try to get to the straps. Let's see what happens in one round, but no, total dominance. Auden Larratt versus Armwrestling Whisperer, the big hype match. Both of them are really, really famous individuals. One of the biggest one-sided matches on this card. Just like the Tobias versus Wagner match, this was also total domination. Auden Larratt in the beginning was able to easily top roll Etienne, Armwrestling Whisperer, and after that, he beat him in a hook as well. Whisperer was strong enough to get to just stop one surge of Auden in a hook, but he was already gassed out by this time. And then Auden was training because the match wasn't competitive. He thought it's a good time to get a good training to show off his skills, that he can top roll, he can press, he can hook, he can open top roll. He did everything in only one round, and after that in all of the rounds. Total one-sided match. Derek Smith versus Matt Mask. Derek Smith looked all fired up, and we don't even need to mention how fired up Matt Mask is every time when he arm wrestles. Even if he loses, at least outside of the straps, he's always fired up. And first round was good battle in the straps for about 5 seconds until Derek's wrist gave up. Matt's pronation proved to be way too much, way too strong. He got the win in the first round, and then it started getting easier and easier and easier. After the second or third round, after the second round, Derek tried to change strategies by trying to hook, but he couldn't hook him. By that time, his cupping, his wrist was gone, and Matt made it look even more easy when Derek was trying to hook. So, not much Derek can do about that in this match. That was kind of unfortunate. He tried everything he can. He was looking solid. He weighed around 152 kilos. But no. Matt did allow the match to go slightly in a hook. Derek was curling him back. But then Matt rolled out, did almost a can opener move. And he did acknowledge that, yeah, he wasn't liking the hook too much. That's why he rolled out, and it was easy. Bacho Saginashvili versus Reno Masic. Now, this was one match you very rarely see, that a 19-year-old versus 19-year-old match is so important for the arm wrestling world to know where these athletes stand. First round was an absolute war. Bacho got a good start over Reno, but then Reno brought him back from a losing position and defeated him in an absolute war. Second round, Reno Masic once again stopped him near the pad, brought him back and finished the match with a flop press. Third round, tricep press, tried everything, got the job done. So I wouldn't say it was getting too easy, but relatively easy towards the third and fourth round. Fourth round, he went straight to the flop press, which in the next match, maybe he will get the confidence to do straight away. So 4-0 win for Reno Masic. Towards the end, in these final 2 rounds, it looked easy, but it was the best match of the night for sure. Dave Chaffee versus Vitaly Laletin, the rematch. Now, this match, should we call it a one-sided domination? I think we can call it, despite Dave defeating Vitaly Laletin in 1 round. So, Dave couldn't do anything. He couldn't slip against Vitaly. Vitaly was busting his hand back. His wrist was being taken by Vitaly. And after that, when Dave went for a flop press slip, it didn't work because Vitaly started grabbing a little bit low. And with cupping, he was going sideways. He was not taking Dave's wrist because Dave was intentionally trying to give it to him. 4-0 domination, Vitaly offered straps to Dave, and that's where he probably made a mistake because Dave stopped him with a flop press near the pin pad and then brought him back, got behind his shoulder and pushed him to the pad. That whole round took maybe 30-35 seconds. Then Dave called it off. Dave didn't want to arm wrestle any further. I was wondering why they didn't go for the 6th round. Dave called it off. So that round, Vitaly's weakness was shown, that he had full hand control, but he was still about 3-4 inches above the pad, and he literally couldn't finish the match from there. So this is something that Vitaly will be working on for sure. The winner was him, 4 pins to 1. The match, most of the matches turned out to be one-sided matches on this card, except for a couple. But what are your opinions about the matches? Please mention in the comments, like the video and subscribe.